Okay, I know it's been a while since I got on and have done a video, but I wanted to get on and share this message with you because there's a lot that's been going on in my heart, in my spirit, in my thoughts about the world, where we are, what is going on, and what is really happening. So that's what I want to do today. We're going to get into that. I'm going to share these thoughts with you. So I believe that what we're seeing with the coronavirus, because this coronavirus is very strange. It's very strange to me, right? And I believe that what we're really seeing is the work of the devil. I believe it's the work of the devil. And I also believe that there are human beings in positions of influence and power on many different levels who are committed and working in some sort of pact with the devil to push this out, to push it forward, to push an agenda forward. I also believe that biblically this is all part of Satan's attempt to put forth the mark of the beast. I believe we're at that beginning phase or stage of it, the beginning. And I believe there's going to be at least 4 to 5 stages that lead to it actually being implemented in our world. So take for example that I read this somewhere. Where I read it, I don't remember. I have a bad habit of seeing and reading and hearing things and having the memory the fortitude to lock it in memory, but not the source of where I got it. A lot of times I do that. So I remember reading and hearing somewhere how it is part of Satan's curse on him that God placed on Satan, that his boastfulness, his pride, because Satan has this pride about himself, right? And he's so boastful that part of the curse of that is he can't help but tell on himself, meaning that Satan normally tells on himself exactly what he's about to do. It's weird, I know, but it's true. He actually does it. Have you ever watched one of those movies or watch the cartoon? I'll give you a great example. James Bond. If you've ever watched a James Bond movie,
did you know that it was
when
my
James
father
Bond
who helped him through this difficult time?
finally approaches the villain, and James Bond says, "You're trying to destroy the world, but I'm going to stop you here." Always notice that the villain admits totally to his plot and agenda, and not only admits to it, he goes into detail and explains how it all works, how he did it all, how he set it all up, and how he's going to execute it.
My little brother. They formed quite an
So this is
attachment.
exactly how Satan works.
You killed him.
It's because of his pridefulness, his
Yes, I
boastfulness,
did.
his arrogance, that he can't help but tell on
You
himself
know what
beforehand.
happens when
And this is also
cuckoo
why
hatches inside another bird's nest.
this is also why things get hidden in plain sight. You know? This is also why things get hidden in plain sight.
Well, this cuckoo made me
where he
realize
hides
my
things
father's
in plain
life
sight, I
had
should
to
say.
end.
And
In a way, he's responsible for
tells
the
on
path I
himself through
took.
that as well.
So thank you, cuckoo.
Now, why do I bring this up? Why do I say this? Because I believe that this has been
Do you know any other
an agenda
lands?
of Satan's for a very long time, and that he's been telling us his plan for a very long time, and he's been telling it to us through
Francois Bowser
through
died
different
20 years ago.
spheres, right? Like the
an avalanche
spheres
alongside his father.
that govern the world.
The man
Okay,
you're
like
talking to now, a man
he's been telling it
inside
us through
your head,
media,
is El
arts and
Suffolk
entertainment.
Blofeld.
He's been telling it. He's been telling it to us through movies, books. He's been telling it to us, and slowly wanting us to know his plot. But it goes over a lot of people's heads because we take it as just entertainment, as fantasy, a conspiracy theory. We don't believe it to be a form of reality, especially if the reality we live in, what we see the enemy present to us, doesn't match with the current reality of things. So that means that the enemy could be exposing himself here, and all of this seems so far-fetched that it doesn't match up with the reality you're living in. But then what happens is something crazy, something so insane, like a post-apocalyptic Earth, right? A world, and I'm using my hands as an example, a world that exists currently where you can't touch another person, come within 3 feet of that person, in fear of getting infected, almost like a zombie apocalypse. Think about it, right? Now when you see that, it matches with what you're currently going through, and you believe it. So you know, it's about timing. It's also about timing with the devil. So he'll tell you, he'll expose himself something years early because the plan has been laid out for decades from now. And it just so happens you and I are currently in the reality where the plans of old are now in effect.